with it. I'm recording on there.
Recording in
on
progress.
I'm recording on not the. It's all recording on the computer,
Okay.
Nick. It's all a computer. But now I'm recording on Zoom back up, and yeah, Nick, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness time, huh?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marvel Multiverse Mayhem.
Finally, the multiverse.
Yeah.
Sort of.
We've seen it almost break multiple times, but we finally have reached Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Of course, our show is brought to you by Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow.
Yes, indeed, and you guys can find not just this show, but a lot of other great shows on the Genreverse YouTube channel. So hit that red subscribe button. They say the bell matters. What do I know? Hit it if you like to get notifications, but most people don't do that. Anyways, guys, the website is lrmonline.com. All of our podcast interviews and a bunch of other stuff, the news articles, written things go up there as well, and we've got the audio excuse me, the audio only version of our shows wherever you get your podcasts from. So yeah, follow, share, like, subscribe, all that call to action stuff. Nick, it's finally here. So Nick, is this the greatest Marvel movie ever to you?
Before we say that, I just want to say, before I say that, no, we are doing spoiler free for the first part.
Yes.
We usually don't do spoiler free, but we're going to do spoiler free for a little bit, and then we'll go into details after an ad from our sponsor. So
That's because I am dedicated to getting this out tonight. Sorry. My lungs are still not the greatest.
if you're not watching, he took a shot off his vape pen or whatever. All right.
Dear God.
While he recovers, no, it's not my favorite Marvel movie ever. Neither was Spider-Man. I don't say that every time.
It's an ongoing joke, but yeah.
Yeah. I did like it though.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Really didn't have any complaints, like major complaints about it. And I didn't find it confusing or, some of the things that critics have been saying.
Oh, I can see where some people would be though.
Yeah, no, definitely. But no, I was able to avoid most, not all, the spoilers. So there's a lot of fun. There's a lot more surprises in this than in Spider-Man, where we all basically knew most of those spoilers for sure. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Don't know where I'd rank it yet. I don't think I could possibly put it above the Russo brother movies.
I almost need a second watch just to solidify, whether or not it makes it into like the bottom tier or the top tier of the middle of the pack, kind of for me, I liked a lot of the horror element,
which was
of course.
A lot more than I thought there'd be. A lot more stare images than I expected. It was very much.
It was a
Sam Raimi, both Sam Raimis. It was very much Evil Dead Sam Raimi and Spider-Man Sam Raimi. This movie,
to a degree, but you can definitely tell that Marvel Studios, Feige and company had their hand on this. Because while there's a lot of Raimi-isms here, there's not really a whole lot of corny here, and the guy goes for corny on purpose quite often. There's some moments where it kind of teeters on there, but I never felt like other than some aesthetic choices, maybe even some sound choices, I didn't find it feeling dated like Spider-Man does. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I loved the horror stuff. I could see where a lot of people would get confused by things that we'll go into in the spoilers section. I think if I had any complaints, it would be it took a minute for the horror to start. Like at first, not gonna lie, because it doesn't really start kicking in real well until that about midpoint through the second act.
But then it gets pretty extreme for a Marvel
and then it
movie.
gets really,
even
really
more than Spider-Man
extreme.
2, where they have that one horror-inspired scene.
But I was like, oh man, is this all the horror we're gonna get? Nope. That was so. I was pleased with that. I was disappointed by the CGI for Gargantos. 100% looks as rough as it did in the trailer.
I was thinking that too. Some of the CGI was iffy for a feature budget,
and I think that might be because we're kind of like at that point again where you can almost do more than you could before, so they're doing it, but it's not refined enough to look real. Exactly. So we're kind of like at that. We're at that point before Lord of the Rings all over again. When Gollum is there by Andy Serkis in Lord of the Rings, it looked amazing back then. Then it looked more real than any CGI you've ever seen. But if you go watch a Blu-ray copy of or full HD at least copy of Lord of the Rings right now, and you're like, God, Gollum, you're like one step above Toy Story,
right?
But it's all in context, guys. I'm not like making, how dare you be from the past. But I think we're kind of at that point again to where we're more before Lord of the Rings, where things are kind of almost there for what they want to do, but they might be a little bit ahead of their time.
Exactly, like Moon Knight, I would say. Like they wanted to fit those characters in there, but it's like you don't have the budget and the time for that. Like at first,
well, not just that. I think some of the tech is kind of lacking as well. But there's a lot of brand new tech coming out in the next few years on, from a graphical design and 3D modeling standpoint, what little I do know. So I expect things to start getting super good again, like Thanos level good again, Yeah,
I would say other things that are non-spoilers are that's very Raimi, not just the subject matter, but like all the Raimi shots, like point of view shots from a monster going through someone's eye. Like someone pointed this out, and I don't think Marvel has ever done this as well as Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man, where like it seems like in Marvel, especially looking at Infinity War, it's like everyone is suddenly off the streets and there's no one there. When like in the Raimi movies, there always seem to be real New Yorkers walking around, taxi cabs that don't just suddenly disappear when the fight starts. It feels like they're in the middle of it. Because that's why I think Spider-Man 2's strength is it feels like real New York City, not like some battleground.
Not like an empty area.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Doc Ock.
Like in Zack Snyder stuff.
Exactly. But like I think of the scene in Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock throwing the taxi through the window, just the amount of people that don't run. They're like on the streets yelling and stuff as he makes off with Mary Jane, because there's not enough time for everyone to just be like, let's get the hell out of here. And some people are like, this is interesting, let me watch it. Like like the husband, that's not a spoiler, but the husband who's a big fan of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I like that. Without getting into the spoilers yet, and I do want to kind of get our grades before we do that. But before that question, music, man. To be honest with you, there was only a couple of moments, and usually around Wanda, where I felt Danny through the music. The rest of it, you could tell very, very much. There's a slight print there, but you can tell very, very much that he's fitting into the MCU, fitting into Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is part of the MCU. I think a couple of times with Wanda were the times where I kind of actually, it was more in the foreground. I
kind of agree, but to be fair, from the first moment, I'm like, I bet this is Danny Elfman, not just because he worked with Sam Raimi, but like this sounds way different than excuse me,
bless you,
Michael Giacchino, or I can never pronounce his last name.
I think that's it. Yeah, but it didn't. You don't hear like if you listen to a lot of things Danny's done, whether it's with him or with Crazy Hair
Burton.
Thank you, God. whether it's with him or Burton, he's got that. It's just like John Williams, you know. John Williams has a sound that permeates through a lot of things. But when I forgot who took over for Williams in Harry Potter, but the person that did a really good job of following that theme and that feel that Williams had set up. And like I said, there's a slight print of Danny at first, but it's ever so lightly, but it really felt like it fit, and I appreciated that. And I do think that, like I said, did you hear it in Wanda? Is that where you kind of, am I wrong on that it kind of comes through a little bit more?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
And obviously he works in the Doctor Strange thing and the WandaVision theme at certain points.
Yep. And other,
you see in the trailer, you know that'll get worked in.
Yeah. But I overall, man, I liked it. So what do you think on this initial watching on our LRM online ABC scale? What do you think you'd give it? Pluses and minuses.
I didn't know how the plot structure and stuff would work. I'm not gonna give it away, but it's exactly what I wanted from a multiverse movie. It could have been better, but it also could have really fucked it up, which I get the impression he may have based on some reviews.
Excuse me. I'll say this. There's a chance it might drop, but there's a chance that it might grow. Right now it's a B+. There's a chance that it could become an A- on a second watch. But right now it's a B+, and we'll kind of get into some of that later. Any other non-spoiler stuff, Nick?
Let's get an ad from our sponsor and jump on in the deep end of the multiverse.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to change the video. So whoever talked on Moon Knight's talking again.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. Grow Generation offers the best deals and discounts on the best grow products on the market. Grow Generation serves customers across the nation and carries a wide inventory of renowned cultivation brands. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Yes, it worked. Nick, my genius works. I made a joke. Thank you, Grow Generation, for sponsoring the show. I told my wife, Christine, that she's got a lot in common with Christine from Doctor Strange. I was like, you're both attractive ladies, red hair. Christine's hair used to be a lot more red, but I made an inappropriate joke in front of our son, because it's always fun to make your kids uncomfortable. And then I said, and you both have to put up with incredibly brilliant men that are very well aware of that fact,
of their brilliance.
And she's like, yeah, she didn't marry him. I was like, I didn't say you guys were as smart as each other.
Ouch.
Making a joke. No, my wife's way smarter. She married me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, some of those surprises that you probably knew most of. Okay, here's
all of
here's
them.
My first theory. Or John Krasinski is now Mr. Fantastic officially, I'm assuming, because none of the characters have a different actor playing them. Even Anson Mount, who has two things today that had Strange in the title. He's Strange New Worlds Episode 1, Star Trek, he stars in, and then he was in Doctor Strange as a much improved Black Bolt, who is part of the Illuminati in the comics, one of their founding members. So they even got him back. So I think they have yet to do a different actor playing the same role. Honestly, we had a different version of Captain Marvel that wasn't Carol Danvers, but it was still the same actor who played Monica Rambeau. I think that's the mom's name, right?
What's the daughter's name?
Can't remember. Rambeau Senior.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll look it up. Keep talking.
But then we knew about Professor X. I saw a spoiler about the yellow 97 chair, and that was they didn't use any of the X-Men Fox music. They used a cue from X-Men 97. I watched closely in the credits. Of course, we got a Captain America cue with Carter, which I also knew about because I saw a shot of her shield being thrown against the wall. And I didn't realize that Scarlet Witch would be that much of the villain, to the point where she is she's not even being manipulated, except for the fact that she's
Monica's the daughter.
okay.
Maria
Rambo.
The mom.
It's hard when they're both M names, but and man, when she kills the Illuminati, it's brutal as fuck. People in the theater were like, "Oh fuck!" Like an Ansel Mount like tries to scream and his own head explodes.
Yeah. Yep.
Or they don't show it, but like Captain Marvel getting done just like the Green Goblin with like her own weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. And then Zombie Strange, basically.
Well, can we stick with the Illuminati
the
first
Illuminati.
For a second? You're jumping all over the place. I gotta have timestamps to make this make sense, so we can get some beautiful subscriptions and make some money in the future. Please subscribe, guys. Help us reach the thresholds and stuff that we need to monetize. Anyways, so with the Illuminati themselves, I knew about Krasinski. I don't like it.
I was against that casting, but he just okay.
It's fine. It's fine. But the only reason I'm against it is because literally, and people can tell this movie was just the Reddit fan list. Like that's not just the cameos, but some of the things that happen. It's frustrating because it was so expected, right? However, execution, fine overall. I still would prefer, because they play him as the older ultimate
with which
Reed.
Doesn't mean he will be kids. In our universe.
Doesn't mean he has to be in the 616, which brings up to question like what did someone on Mysterio's team know to feed him the line of calling it.
Did they confirm that in this? I had to go to the bathroom when he was talking with Christine.
She calls it.
She's like, "You're from 616, and this is like 683 or something like that."
838.
838. I had to go to the bathroom with that. And I thought that'd be the best moment to go.
So, you got some of that stuff, but with Krasinski, you get blunt, and I don't dislike her. I've just never been impressed.
He's really good in Edge of Tomorrow. It's about all I've seen.
I keep hearing that.
You haven't seen that movie? Come on, son.
No. But I get worried about just doing what's expected. You know what I'm saying? The same way as when I realized how happy I was that they weren't doing panel to screen for everything in the MCU. So Krasinski, fine. I like how they throw in a little Secret War thing in there about two universes colliding,
which Kang has also talked about, or He Who Remains.
To a degree, yeah. And that is a throwback back to the 2015 Secret War.
Secret Wars. The original was Secret War. That's the only way they make them differentiate.
Either way. The 2015 Secret Wars. So we'll see. It's fine. It's not the way I would like it to go. But I've always been the one, and I kind of got excited at the possible throwaway line where he's like, "Didn't you peek at our chart in the 60s, the Fantastic Four?" Stephen Strange's joke line, because I've been that one that says they should be lost somewhere, aging normally, and then get brought back here.
60s should be cool.
And being from the 60s would be awesome. And then they age 10 years, having used their abilities in some cosmic shit. You have Valerie or Valeria, I can't remember the daughter. Maybe it's just Valerie, but Val and God, what's the son's name? Anyways, the two Richards kids, Franklin, yeah, Val and Franklin. You bring them in. I think there's a really cool way to do the Fantastic Four. Black Bolt, fine. I like Captain Carter. I don't know why they can't.
Live action.
I don't know why they can't let her be Captain Britain. Maybe we'll really actually see Cavill as Captain Britain in the future. But
well, I mean, she's dead in the normal MCU timeline unless they do a flashback.
Right. And
they made that so the fans would be less, the non-comic fans would be less confused if she was Captain Britain and not Captain Carter in the What If.
But Xavier. I mean, like I said, all of these I knew. It's and also the guy that's doing working on X-Men 97, the new reboot or continuation.
Yeah.
Kind of made a joke about whether or not that would be, or not joke, played coy about whether or not it would be canon, and hence the theme song in this and the cartoon universe they passed through.
That was so cool, and the paint universe
possibilities. Yeah. So all the Illuminati cameos worked great. Captain Marvel was fine. Maria Rambeau was good, and killing them. Deadpool 2 X-Force style was great.
Brutally,
and also
most of them.
I didn't know how they died, but I knew they all died. Well, almost everyone died. Someone's left behind. Mordo.
It's not even a disappointment thing, but it's like they didn't follow through at all with the sequel they teased because the universe is evolving. Like you're like Mordo's gonna be the villain in the next one in the normal universe.
Oh no, what in the third one?
In the second one. No. I figured before they announced anything about the multiverse, I'm like, Mordo's gonna be one of the main villains. Like he's set up as like no more wizards or whatever, and he's like
too many sorcerers,
and he's taking the power out of what's his face.
Yeah.
Who learned how to walk by stealing power from other dimensions.
Yeah.
Multiverse. That was really that was a shock to me. Like I knew about Captain Carter and Xavier, but and back to kind of my point about they don't actually necessarily. John Krasinski could have been a stunt casting just for this movie, because obviously they're not gonna have the same Xavier again.
No,
they have to cast new X-Men when they add them in the equation. So
exactly, and that was the point. That was the point that I was going to make, and then I was also going to bring up Spider-Man. They all look different.
Yeah. But yeah, that's also, I almost think of it. It's funny. The ones they're like, you have to watch these, and it's like WandaVision, What If, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. And it's like Spider-Man and What If really aren't important at all. But because that, again, there was no real breakage. Even here, there's no actual breaking of the multiverse. It's just traveling.
And that dude is kind of my biggest problem. I don't know. Do you want to go over some more likes before we go into complaints about anything? Or
I have a question and a like.
Sure.
I loved Bruce Campbell. I didn't even get the reference at first that remember his hand goes evil in Evil Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
I only got that at the end where he stops punching
and he
himself.
has to punch himself.
Yeah.
In all of them, if I'm not mistaken. Army of Darkness is great.
Yeah.
When he's having to fight the little him crawling out of him and stuff. Yeah.
I liked him looking at the camera at the end and being like,
It's over.
It's over. That's all, or whatever he said. Oh yeah, he's talking about his hand, but he looks straight into the camera. He's like, it's over. I do not understand the ending or the mid-credit scene at all.
Oh, okay. So, well, you know who the girl was, right?
No.
Okay.
Charlize Theron as
Clea.
Who's Clea?
She was a witch or a magician. Was a love interest of Strange's, related to Dormammu, and
we saw the Dormammu shit.
And she's like super powerful in the dark
apparently
dimension.
She has a sword that can cut through reality.
Yeah, and she's super powerful in the dark dimension itself. So
and what's with the third eye? Is he not our Strange? Did he?
No, he is, but he's still touched and opened and used the Darkhold. Ooh, boy, that was fun. So what was the last thing you heard me
start recording
recording
again.
In progress.
Yeah.
You were talking about
so
God,
what was the last...
I was trying to hold it in my brain what you were talking about.
I was talking about Clea a bit. I know that.
And then we were talking about the Darkhold and
okay, yeah, the Darkhold. So that the mid and end credits scene, what that meant. It's basically him having just messed with it. It still had an effect. That's why you see the third eye and the pain and stuff. That's That's what they said in the movie. It exacts a toll, no matter what. And yeah, that's basically what that meant. Sorry, everyone. We're gonna. It seems that the Zoom continued recording. I don't know if my OBS did, so this might not look as great as we had hoped. We had a complete system crash, and yeah. Anyways, Nick.
One other thing or two before you sound
Yeah.
like you probably have more complaints than me about the movie, because I really don't have a lot to complain about. I love the piano fight scene, the music fight scene.
Yeah, I would have loved it a lot more if my theater's sound system wasn't fucked up.
Oh
but,
God, that would piss me
well.
off so much. And yeah, just like the more the horror went on, and I did cry at this movie several points. Like Wanda meeting Wanda and like having that moment together, where like, and the boys are afraid of her obviously because they're not her boys. Even the dream she has, which Danny Elfman gives the cue. Dun, 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, it's heartbreaking. I mean, she's the typical. I mean, she's the villain where it's like, yes, she's been an Avenger, and she has reasons for what she wants. But as they keep saying, it's like, you want to kill a kid, get what you want. And another interesting thing I noticed is Amanda Chavez is famous for being gay. America Chavez, God damn it! But they made her they gave her two moms and didn't mention her sexuality at all.
That's she's an interesting character because when she was conceived in the comics, and this is Manny Gomez's our one of our interviewers. Manny's a great guy. Used to do Daily Cog with me and whatnot. He said he didn't really care for the character because she was really seemed to be created to check every single box. She's an alien, literally raised by Hispanic, Spanish-speaking family in this world after escaping or leaving the Utopia world, depends on the version of the story. And then the sexuality, he was like, literally they tried to throw every check box you possibly could. And I was like, yeah, I can kind of see how that could be overwhelming and frustrating. And that's comic book version. Here, like you said, they don't really do too much with her herself.
There really aren't a lot of characters her age,
right?
Or time to throw in a.
And you could look at it as one of two things. One, the moment is relatively fleeting. There's not a whole lot of romance between the two ladies. They are mentioned specifically as her mothers,
yep.
her two moms. Is that them trying to get around censors in other countries?
Well, no, Saudi Arabia
maybe
banned it.
But then again, there's all the horror elements, the magic elements, and other places have issues with that. So I don't know what to take, but I will say this. I liked her overall.
Mm-hmm.
Every time she's on screen, she's serving purpose. The actress did a great job. Mm-hmm. She's funny. She's it's a great character and a good introduction. We didn't need in this frantic race to save her life. We got enough of her background to fit this story, because it's like they don't have any time really to sit down and get into the nitty gritty. And
yeah, they're running the whole time, or
exactly
pacing.
And it would break the pacing really, really bad to sit down and have they touched on with the memory lane thing in a perfect way, using that universe's tech and stuff, to give us some what's the word I'm looking for, exposition. But yeah, man, she was fine.
Yeah, agreed. And I want to mention one more cameo before I let you go on about things you loved or disliked. We sort of got a Thanos cameo. He was just dead.
Sort of. Yeah, he was dead. It was cool. Yeah, man. So issues. I mentioned the CGI.
Mm-hmm.
to the fan casting things. Like, I get it. They might be great. Maybe Krasinski's honest and talking about how much he wanted to do this role and stuff like that. Maybe not. We'll see them again. Honestly, guys, I don't think we will. I think everyone that died on screen, this was probably their last times, unless there's some sort of
I don't see us getting Captain Carter on the big screen again in a different multiverse
unless
movie
there's
or anything.
some sort of flashback stuff, but never say never.
Because they're all, so a lot of them are dead characters in the MCU, if they're in the MCU at all. Like Maria Rambeau is dead in current time MCU.
Yep. So
and Ansel Mount, I don't think they're actually going to try a full on.
I don't think so.
I want to call them the Eternals, but they're not that.
If they would have in Inhumans, if they would have let Miss Marvel be an Inhuman.
You're right.
And from the looks of it, she won't be.
They did mention the gas in this one, the Terrigen. But I missed. But again, I feel like they've already tried that. They did on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and their own show, and it just stick to introducing mutants now. No, let's not worry about the Inhumans.
Yeah. And that's something they didn't really talk about at all either. So that's my biggest complaint, man. This movie didn't move us. We are no more further past Endgame than we were with Black Widow. You know what I'm saying? Like literally nothing has the main universe. The only thing that really changed for them is Wanda's not around, which is a neat little package for them that I really don't like, but she's gonna come back. I'm sure, or can come back. No Vision at all in this, and none of the other universes, which is a interesting thing. And you're like,
you don't see him as the dad in any of the other universes.
CGI him from behind or something like that. Even if you can't get Bettany,
I'm sure they could get him. It was definitely an intentional choice.
But that's not explained, and it leaves it ambiguous. Like, were all of those universes where she still existed, were those ones where the hex was still up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I assumed that she didn't go crazy in any of the other ones. She just made children at some point.
Exactly. So there's a lot of ambiguity, and I don't like that. I get why, especially right now and in the last 2 years with the pandemic and everything. But man, I was really hoping that this would give me a footing on what the MCU is heading towards next. But other than the idea of bringing other universes over, which we already kind of got from Far From Home, which was fake, but no Way Home for sure, you still didn't do anything with it, you know? And that man, is my biggest problem. But possibilities are great and all, but at some point you actually have to tell a story. You have to tell the story. And now we are six shows and what? Black Widow, Eternals, No Way Home, and this. 4 movies and 6 shows in. And we already know that, Thor Love and Thunder is not going to have big ramifications. You
not
don't
multiverse
expect
ones, at least.
Well, even MCU proper in my mind.
Yeah, he's probably
Cosmic
off on,
stuff, maybe, but
maybe on Guardians 3 there'll be some implications.
Maybe
maybe
not. Wakanda Forever, I'm guessing is going to be as focused and cut off as almost every Marvel movie since has been, which isn't a bad thing. But like I said, where are we going? Where are we going with any of?
I still think we're kind of in. I don't think we're anywhere close to an Avengers film. And we're in a very split universe.
We could be 5 years from it, but
or more.
Literally nothing draws any threads except for the vague idea of the multiverse.
Obviously, I think the next time we'll see the multiverse, unless What If 2, it's coming out soon. They're filming Loki 2, and Doctor Strange 3. I would imagine maybe Ant-Man gets into it because the quantum realm is its own universe.
Maybe.
And Kang is obviously involved, and as we know, he's the universe king.
Like, if Quantumania hits next year, I don't remember, it's like February or something like that. Ant-Man.
Well, it's Thor. What's after
Quantumania.
Thor? Black Panther, right?
Black Panther. Yeah, February 17th of next year. For Quantumania, for now, yeah. If I'll say this, and I mean this, if I don't feel some sort of progression in this shared universe by Quantumania, by the end of walking out of that movie, I'm gonna be legitimately pissed, like actually angry.
Not me,
and not because I demand a fully interconnected story, like you had for the Infinity Saga, because that was very focused.
I kind of like we're on different routes here. Like have your Gamma shows, your Iron Man
degree,
shows,
there's still supposed to
Young
be
Avengers probably.
There's still supposed to be something, because you got to remember none of these projects really, except for some of those sequels that you've already mentioned, there's not a lot of stuff that we don't know about greenlit in active production with writers, directors, producers. So you start thinking like, well, how long are we going to sit on Doc Strange 1? You know what I'm saying? Or Doc Strange 2 now. We're so used to getting more story out of this, and like I said, it doesn't have to be as cohesive as the Infinity Saga. I've been the one saying for the longest time, chords, like you said, time and magic, the technology guys, the Gamma people,
aliens, scrolls, cosmic,
and it weaves all together into, from these individual chords into a bigger rope and carries on. But they're not. None of that feels there, and not only that, but none of the characters, save for some minor like individual growth for them. Not even the universe feels better, and I don't even mean more connected post in game. Like I still feel like I'm waiting for post in game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's one of the things I kind of liked about this actually is I like people talking to Strange about the decisions he made that cost people their loved ones.
Yeah,
like
but
when he's talking with the doctor who hated him, and he's like, "Did you have?" And Wanda says that too. She's like, "Did you have to give him the time stone? Because I'd never had to kill Vision. If you hadn't done that, I would have never had to kill Vision."
Yeah, but when who told the regular humans? Like that's not.
Well, remember we see the choices in No Way Home to watch are like documentaries and recreations of like.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like who leaked that Strange gave it up? Like that, the only people that knew that were Tony and Strange. Like as far as people left alive, no one shows up from Titan or Titan until Tony and what's her name, Nebula. That they're the only ones that know what happened. That's not something that's going to become just common knowledge for the regular person. Wanda knowing about it is fine. Nick's conversation was odd.
I feel like Chris Pratt would have not Chris Pratt.
Star-Lord
would have gotten in front of the news and been like, "We did it! I'm from Missouri."
No, but you know what I'm saying. But that's a little nitpick thing. But yeah, man, that's my biggest thing is I don't feel like we've accomplished anything for.
We're not real distance. Time. I think they're partially letting time catch up because obviously Endgame put us into the future, 2023 at the very least.
Yeah, but they didn't plan on the pandemic delaying things and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. We'll see. This I do think I'm more confident in this at least holding its score, potentially being better on a second viewing than I am No Way Home, which I still haven't rewatched.
Oh, I've watched it 4 times. I love it.
So I'm scared of it. I don't think it'll hold up at all. But we'll see.
All right, we good?
Yeah, man. I think that does it, and hopefully I can get you guys a decent video up. I'll see where things may have got messed up, and hopefully get you guys a cohesive video as quickly as I can. the podcast network, wherever you get those at, Genreverse Podcast Network. Great shows like MMMayhem Reviews, Breaking Geek Radio. Nick can tell you a little bit about anime. I mean, come on, that's in the title. You know what we're doing there. The Cantina do Star Wars news and reviews. We'll be doing Obi-Wan Kenobi when that hits later this month. Oh my God, we're already in May. It's insane. And then all of those on the YouTube channel, as well as our Genre Shot trailer reactions, which I do. Last one was the Obi-Wan Kenobi,
and it was fantastic.
Trailer.
Like all of them.
Thanks. Yeah, hit the subscribe button and of course the website lrmonline.com. News aggregation, our opinions on news, leaks, and spoilers. We do shield you guys and give good warnings, and sometimes don't even actually share the information, just where you can find it, and then like a watered down version. So we do a lot of really great interesting things, celebrity interviews, reviews, written and otherwise, comics, games, the whole nine. Nick, tell them about Breaking Geek.
Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast, is a podcast of mine and Jonesy's creation. It airs on Friday. We recorded it around noon my time. It comes out later. And guess what movie we'll be talking about on this week's Multiverse of Madness? And perhaps I'm trying to get them to talk about Strange New Worlds too, because I just love today was a double Strange and double Ants and Mount even. Yeah. I was looking close. I'm like, is that Pike? I think it is. But yeah,
it was very, very, very on the nose.
So with that, Excelsior.
Enough said.